During the days of the ZITF, we saw Kenyan President Ruto jetting into Zimbabwe, and he was the guest of honor at the official opening of the ZITF in Zimbabwe. Family, I still remember very vividly Emmerson Mnangagwa proudly receiving President Ruto and calling him the brother, calling Kenya and Zimbabwe like one. He even said Kenya was one of those countries that have Shona as a language that is recognized there. And he says that the partnership of brotherhood with Kenya is strong, and we are standing together in brotherhood to fight against imperialism and what he said a lot of things. You remember the time that he was bringing Wycliffe Chivayo in the center there, and we were asking questions as to why is Wycliffe Chivayo standing there instead of either Mohadi or General Chiwenga. Fine, good and well. And we understand, we have spoken about these things even on the platform, that when he left, you remember that briefcase which is said to have carried $1 million US out of Zimbabwe as he was going. And during the show, I explained and I said, why would Mnangagwa give $1 million to Ruto? This is something that happens reciprocally. Presidents visit other nations, state-to-state visits, and they reciprocate these things. You don't really need to like buy an individual to come. And I said the issuing of $1 million to Ruto simply explains one thing, that Mnangagwa is trying to buy relationships with people that have got their own ways of doing things, that have got their own ways of beliefs, that are not probably in agreement with the way that Mnangagwa does things and runs his administration in Zimbabwe. And as if we were prophesying, I'm telling you, this is exactly what is happening, because right now we are now seeing Mnangagwa remaining with an egg on the face as Kenyan President Ruto is in America's White House. And this leaves Mnangagwa so embarrassed. Remember, he was talking about the brotherhood and imperialism and and standing with each other as Africans and sharing even the languages and the like. But Ruto has got his own beliefs. He's a man of his own doings, his own philosophies. He does things according to his own understanding. And without even listening to the $1 million shouting into his ears that, remember, Mnangagwa gave you $1 million to believe in him, stand with his principles. Ruto has continued to do the things that he believes most. He is in the United States of America, and he has been speaking a language that he is only speaking, and which is so different from what Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU PF are believing. And this is kudos to Ruto, because you don't have to change who you are because of some dictators that are in Zimbabwe who want to buy friendship, who want to change your philosophies, who want to choose friends for you, like what we are seeing happening in the SADC region, where Mnangagwa is corrupting almost every head of state in the SADC, every nation in the SADC is troubling right now. They are bubbling with confusion, not knowing what to do, because Mnangagwa is forcibly putting them in a corner to receive trinkets from him, to speak his language, to overturn the CIOM report, to favor him in the coming summit, to recognize him as a president. He wants to bully other leaders, but he cannot bully people like Ruto. Ruto has refused. He says, I have a friendship with America. Kenya has a friendship with America, and we cannot be told by ZANU PF or Mnangagwa not to be friends with America. I just took a small piece of maybe 30 seconds where I just want you to hear what Ruto said about the relationship between Kenya and the United States of America, which is not the same scenario in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, Chris Mchangwa, the motor mouth, one with diarrhea in his mouth, always lambasting America, lambasting the West, lambasting all of them, talking about imperialism, running to their old friends, China, or whether friends China and Russia. But this is not developing Zimbabwe at all, because you know what? Mnangagwa could say we are an enemy of none, or a friend to all, but he is never a friend to the West, never a friend of America. And let me tell you the truth, we are where we are today because of the kind of friends that ZANU PF has chosen. We really need to be in good books with these superpowers. They've got some other abilities that they have, which we can't run away from. I'm telling you, when you start to fight these superpowers, these guys, they've got muscles, they've got money, they've got influence, and when they really want to block you, they'll block you forever. So at times, the kind of engagement that Mnangagwa was talking about, we thought we were going to see him extending a hand, but instead, the American government is continue to tell him that you are refusing to repent, you are refusing to transform, you are refusing to change. So we can't be friends with you. Instead, we are putting you even on more sanctions. And let us just listen to what President Ruto had to say about the relationship of Kenya and the United States of America, which leaves Emmerson Mnangagwa so embarrassed.
During our discussions, I witnessed firsthand President Biden and the U.S. government's determination to make our partnership work and resolve to spread and deepen the roots of freedom, democracy, security, and prosperity throughout the world. As my visit comes to a close, I am confident that our engagements have laid a solid foundation for us to continue the good work we have begun with stronger faith and greater hope for success, because in Joe Biden, Kenya and Africa have a strong and committed friend.
Right, there you have it. There you have it. So when Mnangagwa was paying $1 million, he's in his mind, he was thinking that, no, I'm buying more friends on my side so that we can also be lambasting America, lambasting the British and things like that, so that we can have, one word and one saying. But it is not happening, because a man who believes in his own ways of doing things will have to do their own things and not become a puppet of Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU PF. So Mnangagwa left with an egg on the face, embarrassed, as Kenya stands its ground and say, we are friends and we choose our own friends. We are not dictated by anybody who to become friends with and who not to become friends with. So this is what we call leadership. Although he has got his own misgivings and misfirings that are happening in Kenya, but at least I respected the idea of him standing his ground, the idea of him not being bought by money. If you give me money, I will take the money, I will go, but I will still remain myself. Because money changes many people. A lot of people are changed by the money. He could have been listening to the $1 million US, but he did not, because he said, if you gave me as a gift, it is a gift from you. I take it as a gift, but that does not change my philosophy. That does not change who I am. That does not change what I believe in and what Kenyans would want, or what would work better for the Kenyans than what you people would be wishing us to do. So kudos to him and shame for ZANU PF and Emmerson Mnangagwa. So this is an update that I was just giving you. We will continue to be giving you more and more updates. I am going to be probably giving you one live show before we can go to the main channel. Otherwise, remain blessed, family. Thank you so much for joining me on the show.